Well, that was kind of cool. Whoever lived here before decided to take the carpet out of the little closet area, and they put cedar planking down, just some 1/4 inch or 3/8 tongue and groove cedar planking, and then they installed some little trim around. I'm getting ready to take it all out. Look at this. They not only nailed this with their little nail gun, they also glued it. They didn't really have to do that. They weren't being very mindful for the next person who was going to rip it out, were they? Because see, the glue has pulled off the top edge of the MDF baseboard. Isn't that a shame? Now, am I going to take that baseboard out? No, I don't think I'm going to take it out. I think I'll just primer, after I pull the floor out, I'm going to sand it a little bit. I'll put some Kills primer on there, and then I'll put a little finish paint over the patch areas, and then I'll give it a one coat over the whole thing. When I get done, it'll be fine. It's in a closet. I'm not gonna rip it all out. Of course, if that was out in the hallway somewhere, or downstairs, or right by the door, let's say it's right by a bedroom door and it's right over here, I might think about taking the baseboard off and replacing it, but it's just in the closet. And I'm hoping, see, this stuff is tongue and groove, and I'm hoping that they nailed it on the tongue as they went. I'm hoping they did not glue it down to the floor. Now they might have used one little strip of construction adhesive to put it down. I'm hoping not. Then it's going to be a pain in my rear to get all this up. And I've got just my little flat bar. I got a couple shovels. I got my nail puller. I've got my hammer in the ready. And is there a rhyme or reason? What's next, Joe? Shouldn't you be painting the ceiling? Shouldn't you be painting the walls? You could come back and do this after that if you wanted. Yeah, I could. I very well could. But here's the thing. I've been spending a lot of time up above on the ceiling, craning my neck up to get the light fixtures down, to get the ceiling fan down, to get the register, their return register down, to get eyeball can lights out, to get the wall sconces off, all that kind of stuff. And my neck's a little sore, and I'm going to take it easy today. I'm just going to be down on the floor, taking that one floor out. And see, here's another closet that needs the same thing. I've got to pull that out today too, and I'm just going to concentrate on that. You can do your job however you want. See, here's another little floor over here. Just a little bit of cedar they put in there. There's gonna be carpet installed up here next. After all the painting and all that stuff gets done. But for on the floor, carpet's gonna go through here. Carpet's gonna go right on in, right into the closet. Carpet's gonna go here, right into underneath there. And it's going to go into this closet over here. Okay, and you can do anything you want, but that's kind of a slick idea if you're so inclined. If you really like the smell of cedar and you want it in your closets and you don't want to hang those one or two little things, those strips on your closet pole or something, you could do that if you're kind of handy, And so I'm gonna do that, and then when I get all that done, I'll decide what to do next. Obviously, I'm not exactly 100% ready to do the ceilings yet. There's a couple little areas where this was a spray texture, an existing spray texture, and there's a couple little areas where if I shine my light, I can see little blobs of spray texture where it's like, what's that? How come they did that? And I'm just going to get up there with my putty knife and my 3-inch putty knife or 6-inch putty knife, and do that. And up here at the top edge of the walls, there's a, let's see if I can see, look at that. There's a screw or something right there on the wall. And there's another one right there. See, and I see at least three spots. One there, one there, one there. And you know, I like to try to do everything in different sequences, kind of like, you know, when I get ready to caulk, I want to caulk everything at the same time. I want to get up there and caulk that. I want to caulk around the windows, you know, where I've cleaned up around here. Before I do that, I've got to clean the window frame, you know, because the paint and the caulking was over the edge. And so now I just need to clean that up before I get ready to paint. And I got to fill nail holes, and I'll do everything. I won't jump around and say, okay, I'll do the wall stuff later. I want to get up there and blow and go on the ceilings. And then you get ahead of yourself, and oh man, here's a little thing you should have caught. Here's a little hairline crack that should have been caulked up there on the inside corner or something, or up on the wall, up on the ceiling or something. And then you're in the mode of, hey, once I get done painting with the ceilings, I want to get on the walls. I can't get on the walls until I do all the caulking. And in some areas, maybe the caulking holes are too big to just caulk over the first time. Like these, I'm gonna put the caulking in there and do a good job and get it cleaned off and try not to get any on the excess of the spray texture knocked down on the wall. But it could dimple in, and so I may have to put 2 coats of caulking over here. So can I just think about, okay, well, I'm ready to start painting. I'm going to caulk and then I'm going to paint. And now your caulking's wet, or your spackle's wet. If you use spackle, I don't like using spackle because then most people put it on with a wide putty knife, and they get the spackle and they go, and now you've got this whole area. Oh yeah, I see VideoJoe. Hey, he did a really good job. And somebody else says, yeah, that looks like crap. I can see where he put the spackle there and there and there. Why didn't he clean that off? Why didn't he kind of blend it in to the existing spray texture? That looks junky. And because he's done that, what else has he done that probably looks like crap? You know? I would not go over this with just caulking and call it good. I'm going to get some rock hard water putty, actually. Sand this area, put the rock hard water putty on there, and as it's drying, then I can contour it, and I'll have to put 2 coats on. I can sand that, and I can get that away. You know, different things like that. So I'm gonna just keep working on the floors, and I'm just going to concentrate on the floors. When I get done with that, guess what? All these staples have to be pulled out on the floor. Now, Momi said she would come here and help me. She's not here yet, so you know, maybe she's changed her mind. Maybe she's got something else to do. But there's always something like that I can do as I'm taking a break. If I'm tired of looking up here, because I had to sweep off all the ceilings. I swept down the walls. I vacuumed up here in the top, and when I get tired, hey, I can do something else. I don't have to say, oh, I'm going to take the day off. I'm going to take the day off because I'm tired. No, don't do that. As you're resting, you can be pulling up these staples, or you could be pulling up this floor. It's not going to take that much effort to pull up that little bit of floor, okay? Well, I hope. So, my next little section, hey, you want to keep watching? I'm gonna start pulling this up. You're gonna see what I see as I pull this up, and I hope there's not any glue under this. We'll see. Have I ever taken out a little cedar floor like this before? No. But there's always a first time for everything, right? And I have no idea how well it's gonna come up. I have a big flat bar, crowbar, but it's at Mother's house. I've used it over there for something, and I don't have it with me. So I'm just gonna take this little shovel, see what I can do with that, and see if anything's gonna come up here. Oh, good. Yippee. Look at that. They did not glue it. Thank you. If you don't have a shovel, you got a small little shovel, and this is all you got, hey, we could probably make that work. All right? That might actually work better. You don't have that, maybe you got just a flat bar. Maybe you just got a flat bar, you forgot your shovel at home, you forgot that this floor could be pulled up without a shovel, and then all of a sudden you needed a shovel. Let's just get you resituated here. I'm trying to keep you out of the shape, but there's only so much I can do with this construction light. You know, let's just see. And I'm sure there's all kinds of little nails down here I gotta be careful of. Don't trip over them. I gotta be mindful of the base because I'm saving baseboards, obviously. So is this gonna work? This little bar? Yeah. Gonna work just fine. So see, I'm pretty much resting as I'm working, taking a little break, and little by little, I'll have that floor out in a jiffy. And once I get that out, I'll sweep it. And then, I don't know if I'm gonna pull these nails. Yeah, I'll just pull the nails because they're up pretty high. And you might think, oh, just hammer them down. Well, I don't wanna, that one broke off. I don't want to try to pound them in and then they fold over and you're trying to beat them in, and you know, granted, this floor I'm going to put a carpet pad on it and stuff, but it doesn't take long to check it out and then pull the nails out and stuff. You know, if they were really super small, I could beat them in, but hey, it's not really going to take me that long, you know, to take these nails out, and then if they break off like that, just pound the last little bit in. And I'm just using my nail puller, or not my nail puller, just some cutters, some electrical dikes, I call them. That's all. Just grab the nail and twist on it, pull it up, whatever. Okay. All right. I'm sure glad that's not glued down. Now, if that wood was glued down, I would have glue strips all in there. Then I would have to decide, are the glue strips low enough to where when I put carpet pad over the top of that, is it really going to make much difference once you put carpet over the top of that? Probably not. So I would look through there. First off, see how easy it was to take the glue up, and if it took a little bit of effort, but if I felt like, hey, within an hour I'll have it all scraped up, I'll go ahead and scrape it up. But if it's on there tight and all I'm doing is ripping off the surface of the existing wood subfloor, then I may just leave it Same thing with concrete. You know, if that was a concrete subfloor, it might be easy to scrape it off if you have a flat scraper. It kind of looks like a hoe that's just square with a little edge on it, and you could scrape with that, or a razor scraper or something like that. You might want to take it off, but you can decide that. So away I go. I'm going to just keep working.